Do you need water?
No.
Got a little,
What the f is that, dude? You didn't get any water.
just a little bit.
Wow, you're
All I
thirsty.
need is one sip. Nah, I got to clear the throat
All I
out,
need
bro.
is one sip. Hi, I'm Sean Collins.
I'm Stephen Barry.
This is We Feed Them, a podcast about the people and the stories that shape the food industry.
That's right. I think we got a pretty good one for you today. We're going to, later on, test out some snacks from Aldi.
There's a full Aldi bag over here.
Yeah. Yeah, and it actually costs $7 now. It was actually a little bit more than that. It was like 17. But I think it's a good call.
All right.
And I don't know, should we just jump right into it? Or, well, actually, let's back it up. How was your week?
Back it up. It's been good, man. I feel good mentally, but I'm a little bit physically tired. And I don't really know why. Well, I've been playing a new video game. I got
What game?
Cyberpunk.
Oh,
was on
hell yeah.
sale, and I don't know. I know when I should just go to bed, but I've been trying to progress the story on that a little bit instead, and it's been messing with my sleep, and it's on me, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right now, but that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day, but it's crazy how immersive that game is. It's just like,
Yeah.
you know, you can smoke a little bowl and turn off all the lights and just kind of get sucked into a completely new,
Yeah.
you know, it's damn near like the holodeck from fucking Star Trek or something, except for just a little.
I feel like it's, to be honest, I've been a little frustrated with it, though I think it's really immersive, but the storyline has been frustrating me because it's so, I just feel like I play it late at night, so I'm reading subtitles more than listening to the game, but I feel like I'm reading a book. It's a little bit too much, so it's frustrating me because I feel like I've probably got only 5 hours into it, but probably 3 hours have just been dialogue. And
Come to find out, you haven't even gotten past the tutorial yet.
yeah, there was a moment like that where I was like, all right, well,
You've been playing for 8 hours, and then all of a sudden on the screen is just Cyberpunk. Like,
yeah,
that's the
that
introduction.
happened. Something like that, you know? And I was just like, dang, dude, this is a lot. I just keep thinking, when is this game going to open up? When are we going to get somewhere with this? But I've talked to a couple people, well, you also played it, but I talked to a couple other people that played it, and it seems like I have to open it up. Like, I have to just walk away from the storyline and go explore, and I just keep progressing the storyline. And there's been games like that too, where I'll just be like, I'm gonna beat this game, and then I'll have 55 side missions that I just passed up, or I don't explore. And
Yeah, it's like the Bethesda games where you can kind of ignore the story and just make your own story.
yeah,
Or, I mean, also, obviously, they put a lot of money and time and effort. I got Keanu on that shit, these big name actors and actresses. Like, I'm sure the story is great. I didn't really make it that far into the story. I played maybe 10, 15 hours, and I was just kind of fucked around in Night City, man. And yeah.
there's enough to do just dicking off. That's enjoyable.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's tons of different side missions and all of that. And I mean, they've added a lot of stuff too since I played it kind of around launch. So
Which I heard was really buggy.
yeah, I think that might be why I quit playing it actually, was because I ran into some bugs and something else just caught my interest. And
You know what I like in video games? Open world video games. I haven't experienced it in this one yet, but I bet you I will. Well, I think there was one scene where I walk into a restaurant. But anyways, I kind of like when there's a kitchen. in a
yeah,
restaurant,
yeah.
And you're just like, oh, let's see how authentic this is. And you start to look around to see if do they have prep items, or is it more, did they just guess, you know?
I know that there have been a couple instances that I can think of, and I think it might have been like there was a Hitman game where you could kill people in a restaurant and stuff, and I think it might have even been on the Punisher
San
game.
Andreas.
San Andreas, yeah.
You could hop over the counter. I can't remember how much further, but yeah, you could sort of explore the back end of the restaurant a little
Yeah.
bit, the fast food joints. But man, I'm trying to think of one that I remember just really exploring the kitchen and sort of being impressed, because there's one, like, I can sense it, but I don't remember what the hell the game was. I don't know. I just kind of like stuff like that. Like, my whole life professionally has been dedicated to food service, and so when you see something like that in a game, or even it happens in movies too, where there'll be a fight scene, it'll spill over into the kitchen, and like what they think a professional kitchen looks like while this fight scene takes place can be really interesting.
Yeah.
But every kitchen has a different culture too.
It's
So
funny.
there's never a time that you're like, kitchens aren't like that, really. It's just sometimes it's a kitchen I've never been in that, you know.
Almost seems like it's too clean sometimes.
Yeah.
If they actually were to bust in there in the middle of service, they'd probably, in reality, see like some guy with a tattoo on his face, dirty ass towel on his waist, just trying to sling some food
Going
out.
through Spotify with his glove on.
Yeah, choosing music.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, they're fighting. Oh, I better choose a good fight song.
Yeah. Everybody,
B7.
it seems like they all just try to get out of the way, but in reality, they were getting their phones out like, oh shit.
Yeah, recording things.
It's kind of cool to see that type of thing. Man, but some of those kitchens, the scene will spill over into a professional kitchen and it'll just be like 20 guys in chef whites with the tall hats and, you know, like a classic kitchen. I've never worked in a kitchen like that. And that's not to say that they don't exist, of course. I believe they do exist, but maybe not here in our area, in the Michiana area. I've not seen it. And besides in maybe culinary classes.
I remember one time at the fancy restaurant.
The fancy
restaurant. Yeah. I'm not sure. As an aside, if at some point I'm just gonna start saying the names of the restaurants or what, but
yeah, I don't know either.
regardless, I found one of those big tall chef hats in the office, and I had that shit on just goofing around, and I was like prepping with it on for a couple hours. People were laughing at me and shit. And then we got into service and we actually got busy. And I kept it on like the whole fucking time. But it was ridiculous. It was like flopping around and I was like ducking under the hoods and shit. Yo, that was fun, man.
We had one. We had a box in the basement. I found in the basement at a restaurant I worked at when I was younger in Elkhart. And we used to haze the new guys with it. Well, we tried. I don't think it really stuck, but we would say like, hey, the new guy has to wear this hat for a day. And it was, you'd have to like duck under the hood, even if you were short.
I should mention that restaurant has an open kitchen as well. Yeah. So people were probably sitting at the bar looking back at me looking fucking stupid as hell.
They probably liked it, dude.
Yeah.
In that place, I think, you know.
Yeah,
Did you have to wear whites there, or were you more casual?
Yeah, no, we were, chef, like, I don't know, it was from a linen company, but just like white chef coats. Yeah.
I think that the height of the hat traditionally notes, like it would say that the tallest hat would be the highest on the pecking order.
That's so funny.
I think. And then the shortest, so just like your kitchen hats that are basically right up to the top of your head would be.
It's like who's got the biggest dick in the kitchen, but it's the biggest hat.
Yeah.
Got with small hats. Like,
it's
damn,
like,
I wish I had.
The better you get, the more a nuisance you have to be with this paper hat, you know? But I could be wrong. It could be the other way around, but I don't think that. I think what I said is correct. I don't know.
The other way around, like they force you to get good with a fucking giant hat on your head. And then if you can do that, if you can balance with this fucking 12-foot hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the most formal kitchen I worked in. Well, I did sushi, and we would have to dress the part. And I think in that kitchen we had to wear chef coats anyways. But when we did sushi, you had to be really clean. You know, you have to come in and make sure that your shoes needed to be nice that day, and your shirt, if you're wearing a white one, had to have been white and spotless. And like you would tie your apron around your waist and not cover your chest. So if you really had to kind of work a little cleaner.
Wasn't it sort of like bartending? Where
it was behind the bar.
But were you interacting with people?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you had people that would sit right in front of you, and you wouldn't take their order necessarily. Sometimes you would, like you would have conversations and you would kind of in effect take their order because they're telling you what they want, and you're trying to maybe, like a lot of times you were somebody wanted to be introduced to it. And so you'd have these conversations and try to figure out what they're comfortable with and then start them off. And then you would just tell the bartender, hey, I'm ring this person in for a California roll or like a deep fried Philly or something like that, because that's kind of a soft place to start with sushi. But overall, the service staff would still like administer the order and the bill.
You weren't like getting tips off of what you're doing.
We had a tip jar.
Okay, I guess
we'd make a little bit of money.
Yeah.
And you start to get regulars, and But I struggled with that because I was such a grimy kitchen dude that I remember one time my boss was like, they were trying to be cool, but they said something like, "Hey, you got to do better. You know, like your whites are yellow," and I was pissed.
You're coming in all like unshaven and shit, stains.
Yeah, I think that I kept it a good trim, like better than now, because I remember, yeah, I would always buzz my head and I would keep my beard nice. I just did a goatee back then, but I did my laundry and they were clean, but my shirts would get yellow. And I didn't really know how to fix it. I still don't know what the trick is. So like later on in my career, I just switched to colored.
Were you bleaching?
I don't think so.
That might have been it.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know enough about on
But I remember it was next to Gordon's, which, if you guys don't know, Gordon's Food Service is a regional food supplier like Cisco. They compete in this area. They compete really closely with Cisco, U.S. Foods and PFG, but they're not nationwide. But there's stores. They have retail stores that the public can walk into, and we were very close to it. And they would sell, like, you could buy a chef coat there.
Oh yeah.
And so I remember one time, I don't remember exactly how it went down, but they're like, "Hey, listen, dude, you just gotta, you gotta look a little better than this." And I was like, "Ugh, whatever," and pouted and slammed the back door and walked to Gordon's. And they called me and they're like, "Are you good, dude?" And I was just like, "Yeah, oh no, I'm just gonna get myself dressed up and nice pretty for you. Like just being a smart ass, teenager."
You're like, I took money out of petty.
Yeah. And I think that they're like, "Dude, we're just trying to fucking be real,
Right.
And there was really nothing wrong with, they needed to tell me, but it's like when your dad tells you when you're younger, you got to do better with deodorant. It's fucking hit me wrong,
Yeah.
Well, that's happened to me.
There have been a couple people I've worked with that I've had to tell you need to do better with deodorant.
Yeah,
or shower
yeah, I've
more,
had that as well.
And that's always awkward, especially if it's a
Yeah.
front of house position. You're like,
Oh yeah.
hey, man, I don't really know how to tell you this, but you're standing at the door raking.
I think the best thing, I haven't had it a lot, but I've had it a couple times, and I think the best thing you can do is just be like, "Hey, come here," and catch them in the staff area and just hand them deodorant and just be like,
Take the hint.
just be like, "Hey, I needed it today too," or something, and but it is awkward. Yeah. But you keep one, like I always have a spray deodorant in my car, or
Oh yeah.
when I was younger, I'd always have Axe somewhere, but like at least fucking get a little kilo on there, fucking Phoenix or something,
I wonder if some people just don't grow up in a way that they understand how to use deodorant, or what's going on with that. Because I know sometimes,
I don't know.
like bigger guys, especially when they're sweating in the kitchen, man, I've heard that you could need a shower halfway through a shift.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I
I've
feel
done
kinda
a
sorry
lot of
for them.
doubles in my career, and I sometimes will just tell, "Hey guys, I've been here all day, and I'm sorry, my deodorant's failing me. Just ride
Yeah.
with me, guys. It is what it is. Like I've tried to go damper it in my car with some deodorant, and you can go in the bathroom and use some hand soap and try to wash your pits. I mean, I've been there, I've done that, and try to do a little horse bath and then get back to work. But it's nothing really supplements for a real shower. But I did have a guy once that he did not have an issue with his hygiene. But I remember we got on the topic talking about it, and he didn't know the difference between antiperspirant and deodorant.
Really?
And so I taught him about it. I was like, "Yeah, you need I think he was just saying, "I don't think my deodorant's working." And I said, "I haven't noticed anything, but are you using antiperspirant?" And he was like, "What is that?" And so I showed him mine. I was like, "If you need antiperspirant, like this is what," I mean, I guess it comes with some risks because
I was gonna say there's a debate on whether or
Yeah.
not you should use it. Yeah, because it blocks
but its
your.
effectiveness is not so debatable, right?
I've used it my whole life, and
Yeah.
I've yet to develop cancer. But now that I say that,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, though. I mean, I remember my dad taught me that when he's like, "All right, this is deodorant. This is just the smell that you rub on your skin. It's pretty much useless. Don't ever buy it." That's what he told me.
Huh?
And get antiperspirant because this is what stops the sweating, which stops the smelling. And so
Right.
deodorant, it doesn't stop anything. It just attempts to mask it. And by the time you're starting to smell, it doesn't fucking matter. Like it's not going to do the job. And so I found that to be true for myself. And then he always said to put deodorant on before you go to bed every night. And
That's
I
interesting.
think I read somewhere that there was some truth to that because the chemicals like take time to set in, and so it's most effective if, like whenever you take a shower at night one morning, like as soon as you get out, hit it. Well, I use spray on, but you know, you hit your stick or whatever.
I think I've done that unintentionally just because I get off of work and I shower and then I just put deodorant on by habit, you know, and go to bed. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't really have too much of an issue with it, but
No, I've lived with you and I've never noticed anything.
well, that's eases my mind.
There you have it. Hygiene by Sean and Steve.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
I'm kind of untrimmed and my head's not shaved and I'm feeling like
this is now a hygiene podcast.
Yeah.
Fuck food.
well, it's a big part of it, man. I mean, dude, you're working in, you know, the kitchens. They get to
In the summer, man.
110 degrees in the summer. You're sweating your ass off. Yeah, I mean, it's important. I mean, dude, I'll get home. I checked right before we started, but I'll get home, especially after a long, hot day in the summer, and you can see sweat lines across my shirt.
Yeah.
And you can almost see, I'll laugh because you can see the rushes. Like, if I went in at 10, and then at noon, you could see like a really big line.
It's like when they say you cut a tree down and you look at the fucking rings. Yeah.
Yep. So there'd be a little bit of line, like I was setting up the stations, and then a big line, like we got busy, and then a couple smaller ones as we reset, and then two giant thick ones, like the two seatings at dinner. Like you can tell a story from your sweat rings on your shirt.
Oh my God.
You ever notice
sweat
that?
tells a story. No, I never have. I never thought about it until you just mentioned it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. So I think the next time that I have a really rough day, I might have to look in the mirror afterwards before I take that shirt off. But yeah, anyway, the topic that I wanted to get to today was beef in the workplace. And not the literal beef, but just, you know, having issues with people, button heads, you know, and it's something that I think everybody's experienced at some point or another. Most of us probably in the place of the beefer or the beefy, you know. You know,
Were you
don't want to be the
beefer or the beefy?
I don't know, man. I think it's a two-way street beefing, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's I guess it's bullying if somebody's a beefer and there's nobody beefy in back.
Yeah. I don't ever want beef. I say that, you know.
Oh,
I don't want it.
at this point in my career, yeah, sometimes people try to throw something at me or try to get me to crack, and I just don't crack. I just stay level-headed and might laugh it off or something and just kind of keep it pushing. But there was a time in my life, especially when I first started working, I think a lot of it just has to come from my background and stuff, but I didn't really take kindly to some people's words. I don't know, like, it's a little different if you called me a bitch versus somebody I just met 2 months ago that I'm working with is like, called you a bitch.
Yeah.
And I think now if somebody calls me a bitch, I'm like, fuck you, and just keep moving. But back then I was just kind of like, I'm not a fucking bitch. I'm about to show him who a fucking bitch is,
Yeah.
And
Watch me cut this onion. Faster than you.
yeah, I remember one time I had this guy, and I think he kind of had something going on in his mental, man. But he got really mad at me because I wrote the prep list in the morning, and he was the prepper, and I'd forgotten to put something on there. And he was literally, after he realized that I'd forgotten to put it on there and we needed it to sell, I was like lettuce or something. Let's just say it was lettuce. He's like just chopping it fast. He's just staring at me, dude. He wanted to like chop me with the fucking knife. And I was like, whoa, bro, I made a fucking mistake. I'm sorry. It wasn't intentional. I wasn't like, I'm going to fuck up Dave's day. His name wasn't Dave, but
Yeah. I think I remember my first restaurant had a lot of hostility in the kitchen, like a lot. I thought that was the culture. I've never experienced anything like that since then. I can't think. I mean, I can think of. There's a whole bunch of stories that flash in my head. I mean, everybody was just at each other's throats. I think that there was competition in the cooks' heads as to who should be in charge or who should be on what station, or maybe who was making what, who was getting paid what. And I watched it unfold as a dishwasher, and I fed into it right away. I remember I was a punk, dude. I remember the saute guy. It was a very long kitchen, and the saute guy, one time, he slid like a bunch of 12-inch pans across the kitchen. They were super busy. And he slid a stack of them, like 7 or 8 12-inch pans across the kitchen. And he said something like, dude, I really need those pans. And I grabbed them and fucking slid them back. And I was like, then fucking wash them or something like that. And I was like, wash your own fucking pans. And it was crazy because he had all these tickets hanging and like he needed these pans. I shouldn't have put him in that position in the first place to have to step away from what he was doing to be like, hey, I need these pans. You know, he was already over there trying to wash, you know, like he served something and realized he didn't have any more pans and then try to rinse it out and wipe it and be like, dude, I need you. Can you please get me some pans? And so I fed into it. And eventually I started cooking in that kitchen. And I remember like one time getting in kind of a scuffle with one of the cooks who, I don't remember what happened, but he like slapped me and my glasses came off. I used to wear glasses. And then I got right up in his face and just for no reason. I mean, I don't remember. I guess there's a reason if he slapped me. Right. He didn't slap the piss out of me. But I think he was probably more just fucking with me a little bit.
Yeah,
just got me and I didn't like that at all. But all those guys, and there was cliques. There was just like this guy and his cousin worked there, and you could tell that his cousin wasn't getting enough hours, so he was trying to start an issue over here. So this guy would give up some hours so his cousin would get more hours.
Right.
There was a couple times that it really seemed like these guys were going to start throwing hands, and arguments would bleed out into the dining room, and shouting matches would go out into the alley, and they'd go at it. And I can't believe I didn't actually see a fist fight there because they were really going at it. And so I figured out how to live in that kitchen and throw my own weight around and get through it. And I did well. But then I got to my next kitchen and they were not like that. And I kind of took it with me.
Yeah.
And I regret it because I think that there was a couple times that I was really out of line and I was sort of the beefer.
Yeah.
I remember
the instigator. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember there was one guy I worked with and I just wouldn't let it go. I just kept on him. And I don't know what the deal was. I don't know why, but he was trying to be cool. He was a lot older than me and he was a fair cook. Like he was pretty good. And he would try to teach me something. And it would piss me off because I felt kind of cool. Like the other cooks thought I was cool is what I was feeling.
Yeah.
And this guy started working there. And I don't know, man. I just saw a target on his back for some reason. I just kept fucking with him. And I'd come up with nicknames that were insulting and try to get him to stick, and they would stick, you know. And then we had inside jokes teasing this guy. And sometimes it was me that was starting it. And I remember he got in my face one time and was like, you're going to fuck around with the wrong dude one of these days. And it sort of implied like it's not me because I'm grown enough to not let this get under my skin. But you're going to fuck with the wrong person. They're going to fuck you up. And I was like, you know, whatever, dude. And yeah, I regret that. And I've talked to that guy a little bit since, and he's always been cool. He was never like, hey, you were a shithead, you know, but I was a shithead. I was 18 and I was trying to show off. I was trying to show off as a cook and as somebody who could.
It's kind of funny to think like he probably came in there humble. Hey, here's this young guy, man. Like, oh, he's not cutting that onion right. I'm going to show him how to cut an onion. You were like, think I'm how to cut an onion, you old fuck? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I remember I was struggling financially and he would offer to bring me some food. Like he was really trying to reach out and be a mentor and I didn't like it. It pissed me off.
I remember being 18, 19 years old when I was working on Long John's and kind of had a similar situation where I was being a bully, but it wasn't, I don't think this guy was respectable, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he kind of was a loser, you know, but I feel like shit for having just fucked with him every day, you know, because now just being...
You just said he kind of was a loser.
Yeah, I'm fucking with him now, I guess.
It took me a second to realize how out of place I was in this.
Well, I just mean, I don't know, if you kind of zoom out and examine somebody's life, you can kind of... I don't know where I'm going with this, but all I can say is that I wish I wouldn't have made somebody feel like shit intentionally, because I can very easily see myself I grew up with that in certain instances when I was a kid. I'd never do that again, but it just kind of made me think of it because there's a guy that I work with now that we're actually really close now, and he's one of my favorite people at work. I love working with him. I love seeing him. I've worked with a lot of his family around here too, and they're all great people, you know. They're just very hardworking and intelligent, and I'm very thankful to have them around. But I used to work with this guy. He's the same guy that I work with now. I worked with him maybe like a decade ago plus, and I was a lot younger. And looking back now, I can tell why he didn't like me, because I was just cocky and fucking bullheading. I thought I was a shit, and probably just like walked around showing my ass all the time. But we had gotten into it a couple times and scuffled and stuff. And it's kind of funny because going into this job that I have now, I was kind of nervous about being around him again, because I was like, oh man, what if we start up again? But now I think he sees that I've grown and we really respect each other. But yeah, I've seen a couple things of this job that I'm at now, with people just kind of getting in each other's faces and wanting to go outside and throw fists and shit. And it's always so funny when you actually think about the reasoning behind it, because it's never like, I mean, in their head, it's, man, this guy's being a fucking dick and he can't fucking step to me like that. And he's fucking, who does he think he is and shit? But in reality, it's like the argument is over, you didn't stock the cheese. You never stock shit. Well, you can't even fucking cook. Like, it just escalates from something so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it is. It's just immaturity.
Right.
And I don't know, sometimes that type of stuff will take time for them to grow out of. And there's those things now that I'm doing, and I'm sure you're doing, that 10 years from now I'll look back and go like, dude, I really was that immature that I couldn't handle that situation better.
Right.
But I feel like the older I get and the more I do this, the more that type of stuff fades in my own behaviors. I remember the first time that somebody really came at me, it was one of my bosses, and it was at the same restaurant where I was bullying this dude. But I think I don't know, he was a hothead, and he was the kitchen manager, and we worked, the two of us, we worked on this line, and we got our ass kicked one night, and excuse me, we sold out all the tickets, and I don't remember who was supposed to close. I know I was, but I thought maybe we were both were. Maybe he was supposed to be early out or whatever. But he was just like, all right, I'm done, and he left. And like, he didn't scrub the grill or like wipe off the cooler or wipe down the steam table.
I hate that.
And I left it. I was like, I'm not fucking cleaning up after this dude.
Right.
And that's not how I am now. Now I'll do what my chef needs. If I work for somebody, I don't work in that setting at this point in my life, but if I had worked under a kitchen manager or chef later when I became more mature, I would be like, no, hey, dude, get out of here. Let me take care of your station for you.
Right.
Just out of respect. And he was expecting that respect from me, and I felt disrespected. I was like, man, I ain't fucking cleaning this shit, dude.
Well, you've also been in the other position at this point, you know, and you understand at this point that maybe he just worked a 13-hour day and like had to go through some crazy shit that you didn't even fucking know about, you know? So, I mean, it could have been, the least you could have done is wipe off a wall, you know?
Yeah.
But I understand also, but it seems disrespectful to just kind of walk out and leave somebody with your mess.
Because the first kitchen didn't really have a hierarchy. I didn't notice. And so I was like, I understood this guy was like a kitchen manager, but what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
And so I remember the next day, he was like, hey, I just started working there. He's like, we don't fucking, like, you need to clean up you didn't do this and that. And I was like, you didn't fucking, it was your station, dude. You didn't fucking take care of your own stuff.
Yeah.
And then later, this guy that I was really taken to, I think that he just said, like, hey, you know, that was just disrespectful. You know, you got to take care, you know, like you said, you didn't really know what he had to deal with that day. And, you know, but we look out for him. And so when he's done with his station, if he leaves it like that, we take care of it. And there's nothing wrong with it. You're not his bitch or anything. You're just trying to take care of our chef or our kitchen manager.
Yeah. So at this point in my career, I really wish, I mean, I feel like I have this mindset 99% of the time, and I wish that everybody around me did. And unfortunately, I don't think you can staff a kitchen where everybody feels this way. But my personal philosophy is that I believe that a man should do what needs to be done and not necessarily what he's got to do. So if that wall is dirty, you should clean it just because it's the right thing to do. It doesn't matter who fucking dirtied it. We all dirtied it at some point.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of, just immaturity of people just kind of being like, oh, well, he did that, so I'm not going to fucking do this. And it snowballs eventually and can get out of control if you don't nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
And
I would definitely not do that anymore. And I don't think I did it like that with him after that either.
Right,
like,
after you had
it's
that.
different in here. I got to change the way I work. And I remember, so we were already off on the wrong foot, and we had this, I'm pretty sure I've told you the story before, but I got this nickname. They called me Hushpuppy.
Oh, Hush Puppy, yeah. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, and this is how it came, and I'm glad I left it behind. I don't really care that like the name Hushpuppy I thought was funny, and I rode with it. But
It's kind of cool.
yeah, but this is how
That was when you worked with Brodeo, right?
Yeah, he was on the line when the shit went down. So that guy that was the kitchen manager, I'm just gonna call him Jay. He would like one day a week, I think he would be the front of house manager, and so that day he was working the front, and I'd had this issue where we had a fried catfish with hush puppies on the menu. And it was like, really, we rarely sold it. You know, like we'd have like 4 thought out. Yeah. And so I kept forgetting the hush puppies. I'd fry the catfish, put it up, put the side on it, you know, sell the ticket and move on. It would go out. And then finally, I did it on this day that he was managing the front. The food went out all the way to the table. And we had these like saloon doors in the kitchen. And the doors like him flinging open like, and he was like, I don't remember exactly, but it was something, he goes, how many fucking times do I have to tell you the catfish comes with hush puppies? And he opened the freezer because they were just like frozen hush puppies in a bag. And he would grab 3 and he threw it in the fryer and like damn near threw the basket down and was like, it comes with hush puppies, dude. It comes with fucking hush puppies. Get it through your fucking head. And just stormed off. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. This is the same day I had the issue with when I was like, I'm not cleaning your station, you know, I'm no bitch. And I was just like, that guy's really intense. Anyways, he just walked away and I remember being frozen and just being like, all right, don't act like, I don't want everybody to look at me like I'm some sort of punk here. So I don't know what, it happened so quick and with so much
You were just like,
velocity.
Hush Puppy heard it.
Yeah. There was so much velocity behind his actions that I wanted to be like, oh yeah, fuck you. Choke on this hush puppy, bitch, you know? But I was just like, what? And he walked out as soon as he walked out as fast as he walked in, you know? And I think the dishwasher was just staring. It was an older lady. She was just over there acting like she wasn't looking and stuff. And then dude on the line just was like, fucking hush puppy, bro. Hush puppy, bro. Hush puppy. That's what we're gonna call you, hush puppy. Hush puppy. And that shit stuck. And I ended up being cool with the guy that like, came at me. You know, it wasn't too much longer that he was no longer at that place, but he'd been there for a very long time. His tenure at that restaurant was years. But that shit stuck the whole time I was there, to the point where I moved down here. And some of that staff came to visit me twice, which is really cool. I love those guys. And they would just be like, Hush Puppy, how you doing? You know, or on Facebook on my birthday, happy birthday, Hush Puppy. And I'll be like, man, that's
Hush Puppy's
crazy.
kind of a cool nickname. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't be mad about Hush Puppy.
Yeah, I didn't really care. I was just like, it's funny. And it's a story I always remember. And he was a cool dude. He actually, I went to his house one time and he gave me a Rehab CD, the band Rehab.
Yeah.
And I loved it. It was a burned copy. He was like, I think you'd like this, Hush Puppy. You know, check it out. And I ended up spinning it later. And I was like, I do. It was a good album.
Yeah.
Rehab. I don't remember that. It might just be a self-titled. It had the bartender song.
I really did it this time.
Yeah. But it had also Lawn Chair High.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the other song I know from them.
Bathtub Full of Red Water. It's good. You should check it out.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, that was, I was definitely the beefy. Yeah. He was the beefer and I was the hush puppy. That was what happened there. That was a pretty intense moment. But yeah, since then, I feel like my temper has been under wraps since I left that place. And I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of just sit back and watch the fools lead their foolish games and shit, I guess, so to speak. You know, because, I don't know, to me, it just, nothing really matters that much at work to get that upset about.
Yeah, it's food. I mean, it does matter much more than that, but in those moments, if you can just tell, hey, it's just food, it's just food.
Yeah.
It's just food. And I mean, like I said, it does have deeper, it really isn't just food. But in those moments, you don't need to be losing your temper or losing your job because you don't like the way this guy cuts his carrots, you know. And we all have those things where we come in and go, after the guy before you, or you think, oh, he never stocks tomatoes, or I hate the way that he always overweighs these, or you know what I'm saying? He never fucking portions this out, and I always get stuck with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, for me, I just have to sit back now and be like, what am I guilty of? Because I might be doing that on to them as well.
Right.
But yeah, beef. Now beef is like extended beyond. For me, it's interesting. The more that I've gotten a little bit in the public eye, because I publicly run this restaurant and I do a lot of the marketing and my face is involved with it. Yeah, I've had some new beefs, so to speak, that I didn't really see coming, and
That's
they're
interesting.
kind of tough to explain.
It's like burger wars.
No, actually, all the burger restaurants around here, I think that, well, I communicate with them privately,
Yeah.
and we're cool. Like we've built friendships just because we're all in the same town making burgers. But when there's like community votes, we'll be up against each other, and sometimes, that's where you talk to them. I might be like, I better not fucking lose to you, dude. I'm tired of losing to you, or whatever. There's another guy who I expect to be a guest on here at some point who runs a burger restaurant in South Bend, and like we've built a great friendship just over burgers, and it never felt competitive. It's never been that. It's just, he makes smash burgers and I make, I make like, I guess it doesn't have a great name. We just call them steak burgers, but like the thick burgers, thick half-pound burgers that you take temps on.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, now the beefs come with, I handle it so much differently. I'm just like, get out of my life, dude. I ain't fucking with that.
Negative energy.
Yeah, I'm not. Get out of here, dude. Whatever you think that you are, it doesn't matter to me. Like, it's weird. It's happened more than once where I just go like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
How has this become this?
It just seems as if some people feel that they have something to prove, and I personally don't feel that. Not to say that I never get angry, because I do, but I genuinely believe that anger is wasted energy. So I try my best to not be angry in my life. And I also understand that I don't really want to punch anybody in the face. Honestly, like, you got to do a lot in order to really make me mad enough to want to kick your ass. Like, you have to you would have to slap my family member or some shit, in front of me. Like, you have to go above and beyond to get me pissed off enough that I want to lay hands on you. But yeah, some people just, I don't know, man, anger issues and stuff is just kind of rampant in kitchens, and especially front of house too. Shit, I've definitely known some servers that seem like they want to jump through the window at a cook or something.
Oh yeah, dude. Every time I walk through this bitch's station, I gotta refill her water glasses. That type of stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Now, well, like you say, you don't really feel angry anymore. I'm starting to feel anger coming back, since I don't know what it is, but I feel my commitments are more to my family than anything.
Right.
And
as they should be.
Where I have places to prove, I guess, are prove to myself, or like to my daughter who they can be, or I don't know. It's just, I feel like that's where my focus is, and this food service stuff around me it's always going to be there because it's kind of how I pay the bills. But when somebody tries to fuck with that, it really does upset me a lot now. And like I said, I know that I just go, like, get out of my life. I don't want to fuck with you or anything. But it's usually with a lot of anger attached to it. Like, I might say it like, man, I ain't fucking with you. But in my head, I'm like, dude, fuck you.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I'll get really upset about it. Just be like, you don't even understand what
just
my
talking about,
focus
like,
is.
you're trying to fuck with how I'm feeding my family.
Yeah, exactly. You have no idea. We've got, so if we could count the cats, there's 7 mouths to feed in my house. And
it's interesting because this other person, I mean, I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
Well, there's a few. I mean, it's just like little shit that pops up sometimes.
For instance, they might not have a wife and children, They might
I'm
solely
not trying to escalate this.
But they might just be solely focused on their restaurant or whatever it is that they're doing, and like that's their passion. And to them, I guess stepping on you is kind of furthering their passion, but your passion is in reality your daughter and your wife. So,
I've got, we have 3 kids in our house. I have 2 stepkids and a daughter, and they all mean the world to me. And so, and of course, my fiance does as well, but, and the cats, I mean, that's fine. That's where my focus is. It's really there. It's really sacred, and it's really intense, and that's what matters. And so sometimes getting dragged into things, it pisses me off. Like, yeah, because it feels like you're trying to fuck with the dollar, and I'm trying to do it honestly, and so I don't understand why we really need to take it there, and it frustrates me. But I just block it out. I just go, we're just separate,
That's
totally
understandable.
separate. I'm not gonna fuck with you anymore.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with me, and yeah. Whereas younger Sean might be like, "Oh, you know, bitch," or whatever.
I'm gonna shove a gun in his fucking mouth. Younger Sean was a G.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
just more. Oh, you got something to prove about how tough you are. And I don't feel like that. I just feel like
Right.
I got something to prove about what kind of a. I don't know if I have something to prove. I just
Like you said, it's
Yeah, I don't know.
it's almost like you know, the wolves are at the
I'm
door.
just trying to fulfill duties, whether that's trying to prove something.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fulfill duties for my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's developed differently throughout my life, and it's funny looking back at some of the stuff that used to make me mad, and I'm sure I'll look back in just a couple of years about the things that are making me mad right now. Really, dude? Come on, man. That was silly. Hey, do you have a thing?
I heard about your thing.
How'd you hear about it?
It was on a podcast, actually.
Oh, wow. That's a great way to hear about your thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell people about your thing?
Well, we could talk about your thing all day.
Put your thing wherever you want it.
We're gonna make your thing so big.
It's possible.
Right now, your thing is kind of small, but you buy some ad time on our podcast, and I promise you, your thing is gonna be massive.
A great opportunity.
Everybody's gonna be talking about your thing.
Reach out to us on our Facebook page and show us your thing.
I definitely think that you should. All right. On that note, I think that maybe we should move on to our next segment. What do you think?
Yeah, all right.
All right. So I'm calling this
All these snacks.
all these snacks. There we go. So we're going to do a bit of a ranking here. So we do have a couple of this here. Should we bust out the water?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to try out all these snacks. Yeah. So I'm sure that you probably grew up with Aldi, Save a Lot, as I did. And I decided that,
Kidding me, dude? Sorry. Oh my God.
whew, you know, when you're growing up, I don't know, you never really know.
Ting.
When you're growing up and mom buys the off-brand snacks, you never know if they're going to be good or not. You
Yeah.
know, you just got to try them, and then you're like, oh man, this is almost better than a Twinkie. Or you're like, oh, this fucking chip is stale as shit. So I figured, spent probably like 16, 17 bucks here, and I got a big old bag of snacks.
All right.
And I figured we'd try them out and kind of give a ranking. So then the next time that whoever's in Aldi and they're a little strapped for cash, they could break out some of these. So let's see what we got here.
Or you only know the off brands and then someday you find out that Lay's potato chips exist. You're like, wait, this
Yeah.
is what they were basing it off of? This
Right.
tastes way better or whatever.
All right, so here we got Clancy's puffed corn butter style.
I already know these.
Yeah, you're familiar with the Clancy's?
Yes.
Another thing about this is Sean happens to be lactose intolerant, so I had to look around for things that didn't contain milk. So this is going to be a double, you know,
Yeah.
tip thing for your
Do you like,
lactose
have you
intolerant
had
friends.
these?
Yeah, probably at some point. It's been a long time.
I love these things. This reminds me of my grandma. She always had these. I don't know if it was Clancy's though, to be honest, but I just remember these. Like, what is this actually? So look at the ingredients: cornmeal, vegetable oil, salt, artificial butter flavor. It's just puffed dough.
Yeah,
It's
pretty much.
fried. It's just fried because there's sunflower, canola, soybean.
I'm going to be honest. It doesn't really taste like anything. It kind of just tastes like air. Like if you could turn air into a fucking
Dude.
potato chip.
I think this is what they make cheese balls out of, but it doesn't have the cheese ball dust.
Yeah. They got a good crunch to them.
They're so good.
I could see maybe melting some butter, tossing them like popcorn.
I love that. I had napkins. Are they in there?
I think.
I think I might have put
Yeah,
them in
you
the bag.
did. You put them in the back. Or maybe you could drizzle some
Oh,
chocolate.
we have the pricing.
Yeah. We got prices on these ones. I think it was $1.79 or some shit.
Oh, this is be puffed corn.
Yeah.
$1.69.
Yeah. Ching. All right.
Oh,
so
it says oven baked also. Huh.
But they have canola oil, right? Or some kind of vegetable
Yeah.
oil.
I wonder how they make them then.
Well, they bake them in the oven, apparently.
Boom. All right. How are we doing this? We're just gonna try them all and then rank them. Oh, let's do it now. For me, well, this is just gonna be baseline.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm neutral on this. Yeah, that'll be the barometer. I don't know. It might end up getting pushed down just because to me it doesn't really have a whole lot of taste. But I mean, they're not bad. You could do
Let's
worse.
decide them together. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll decide. We'll have to argue about it a little bit,
Okay.
maybe. Let's see. Yeah. So far, this is the number one and the worst snack.
The best and worst. Yeah. Uh-oh. Fucking
Oh, you're gonna take all these home tonight and eat?
Yeah.
You're gonna snack way too much.
Benton's fucking candy cane chocolate sandwich cream cookies.
Oh, I don't know about that.
And oh, you don't fuck with the candy cane?
$3.39. Really not a good deal.
No, this one. I think this is the most expensive snack that I got.
I don't know what Oreos go for, but that's not a great price to me. At $3.39, I'm probably.
They do have a resealable package though, so maybe that's what you're paying for.
Yeah, that's
You wanna
actually
just grab a
pretty
couple,
impressive.
or
I think just one for me.
yeah,
They definitely smell like candy canes.
yeah,
No, they smell like Andy's mints. They don't smell like peppermint to me.
a little bit. Yeah,
Whoa. Is that how you eat Oreos?
you gotta double them up, dude. Yeah, give the old double stuff. You don't do the double stuff.
I don't like this.
Usually you got milk, and you twist them off. You dip.
Well, it delivers on what it promised. And something interesting, Oreos don't contain milk. And the cream is really just like sweet and shortening. And it's the same with off brands and on brands. I don't think I've ever seen one that actually had dairy in it. And
Which is crazy because it tastes so creamy.
yeah, that's like, it's almost, it implies that it's made of cream, you know, it's cream filling. I think that they would call it the double stuffed cream. Well, anyways,
Ooh.
creme. Candy cane.
There's an accent over the cream.
I'm impressed with the packaging. This is not something I would expect from an off brand because this is something that you've seen with the name brand stuff. But if they were in my cupboard, I would eat them. I would not buy these. I'm not a big peppermint fan.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna rank those below the butter.
Which side is going to be number one?
Well, I think if you're watching it, it goes from low.
Read left to right.
Yeah.
So the best here.
No, because that would be the left, right?
Oh, so you're gonna okay. So the
Do you think they're better?
oh shit, my bad.
You think those are better?
So
Yeah.
this is better side, and this is the less better side.
I have to be in the mood for candy cane type, peppermint type stuff, and I think a big part of it also is that there's nothing you can really drink with these other than milk, which is fine, you know. But if you don't have milk,
Yeah,
like,
you're
gonna
not
drink
gonna.
fucking grape juice with it, you know, it'd be disgusting.
If you're having some beers, you're not. This is not.
Right.
This is not something you would have with beer and
Right.
enjoy. You're gonna have to pause. I will say that it did feel like there was candy cane texture in there,
Maybe it
like
was
crushed candy cane,
yeah.
and you could see the specks, and so I think that's impressive.
High quality product.
It really is. They're good. I mean, you know, they are good for what they are. If you will get what you expect, I think there.
It's amazing because Aldi has become something totally different than it was when we were growing up.
Yeah, we didn't go there a whole lot, but I remember because my mom was always worked at grocery stores. She worked at D&W and Martin's, and so she would get I think she probably got an employee discount. So we would have a lot more of their off-brand, which would be like Spartans or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're going for the kettle chips here. It's Clancy's Kettle Mesquite Barbecue. It says that they are made in small batches, no artificial flavors.
$1.95.
$1.95. That's a pretty good deal.
It's
The
not bad.
the ingredients aren't super crazy cancerous. There's about 3 or 4 I would think that would probably kill you instantly, but we're gonna take our chances. Oh, they're-
I love barbecue potato chips,
yeah, me too.
so I'm excited.
All right, we'll pour some out.
Yeah,
for
we
you.
just share probably.
All right.
Very intense color.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty excited about this too. Yeah, that's French.
The color is paprika abstract, which I've noticed with some Aldi stuff, because I got some Fruit Loops there and I poured them out and I was like, these are significantly less. They were like earth tone.
Huh.
And I looked and it was all recognizable ingredients for the colors. I wouldn't say natural because I don't know that they're natural. I think they'd probably claim that. Made in small batches.
It says no artificial flavoring on it.
Yeah.
Those aren't too bad. The thing about knockoff chips is, to me, the seasoning is usually the hit or miss. A lot of times it's like too salty or just there's something imbalanced with it. And maybe it's just because you just get so used to Lay's and your normal snacks. But
I think the barbecue flavor is not that intense.
yeah,
I feel like it's a salty chip with something going on, but I've had barbecue year. You know what I mean?
yeah. What do you
I've
think
had
on this one?
barbecue year.
Barbecue year.
I like it. I would say I would more likely, I would buy these before the other two. If I'm getting one snack, I'd probably buy these first.
Yeah, let's put it up front because I agree. I think that's the king so far, especially for $1.95. That's hard to beat.
Yeah, and I think it's something that everybody in the family would be like, oh, sick. And I mean, you can throw it with a PB&J, or you can just eat it at night. You can drink it with a beer. But this puff corn still got a spot of nostalgia in my heart.
I'm gonna probably let you get some of these, take them home because this is a lot for me. But all right, we got good old Millville. This is the Aldi brand that makes the knockoff chewy bars and shit like that. But here they got the crispy rice treats. And it's kind of funny to me how they just switch around a couple of words on there. They're like,
Crispy rice treats.
yeah, crispy rice treats. They are gluten-free actually, so that's good.
Yeah, that branding is so as close as you can get to.
You got no high fructose corn syrup. Yeah, fucking Rice Krispies. The only thing that's missing is the elves.
Essential goodness.
Sorghum syrup. So that's what we got in place of the.
I don't know anything about
corn
that.
syrup?
Do you? Sorry,
No.
I'm trying to dig in while you're reading.
There's definitely some shit on here that I can't pronounce. So I think if you're looking for health conscious, maybe even though it kind of advertises essential goodness, I would be a little suspect of this, but I don't know, when you're fucking getting high snacks, even the package, dude, this is a Rice Krispie treat fucking package.
No, it's not. It's a crispy rice treat.
But I mean,
Rice Krispie.
look, if you can write on it, you can take a Sharpie and say like, I want to put my dick in you and give it to the girl you like or some shit.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be effective.
That would totally not get you restraining order.
It smells weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
It smells weird.
It's a little weird, yeah.
It tastes.
That kind of sucks.
That tastes weird.
Yeah. I
It
don't know.
tastes like there's something. What is that?
It's one of those things you can't
Is it
pronounce.
distilled monoglycerides? I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
I don't know what that flavor is.
It's a really weird aftertaste.
It smells like it tastes and smells like something. Maybe it's packaging. It tastes very artificial.
Stale. These ones suck. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's a bizarre. It's not. If you had to get these for your kids' school birthday party, it's fine. It is what it is. That has a really weird taste. This does not compete with the name brand.
No, not at
me.
all. No, I think that we are in complete agreement that that's.
I can't pick out that flavor. It's almost like they tried to simulate butter too hard.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because if you would make these, you would use butter.
right.
And
Obviously, you can't use butter and sell them for $2 a box.
yeah, there ain't no way there's real butter in here. There's no milk. So,
Right.
But yeah, it contains bioengineered food ingredients. What does that mean, you think?
I don't know. It's kind of scary though.
Bioengineered food ingredients. We should know that. I think we should.
Yeah.
That's a big pass. Big no-no. At first, I thought maybe I had mesquite barbecue still in my mouth, but no, that ain't it. It just ain't it.
All right. You might want to read the ingredients on these ones because this is the may contain milk, but it also says may contain tree nuts, peanuts, eggs, milk, sesame, and soy. So this, yeah. If you're allergic, don't buy these. If you're allergic to anything, probably. These are called pea fingers.
Pea finger schnock at the first
Yeah,
arm?
how do you?
Iced gingerbread cookies.
There you go.
They're called
I don't speak German.
Pfeffernusse?
Pfeffernusse, yeah.
Pfeffernusse? I don't know.
There you go.
Iced gingerbread cookies. Oop.
Sounds like the iced
shit.
animal crackers, maybe. Oh, they don't look too bad.
They don't look too bad. I'm gonna just look real
Give
quick.
that for the camera.
Unbleached wheat flour, glucose, fructose syrup, sugar, potato starch, caramel color, potassium carbonate, sodium acid, pyrophosphate, sodium acid pyrophosphate, sodium bicarbonate, ammonium bicarbonate, gelatin from pork. There's pork in here.
Really?
I mean, you gotta get, I bet you this might too, because this has gelatin in it. Gelatin, natural flavors, soy lecithin, monoglyceride, beta carotene. Well, anyways, here we go. I don't know if this is a snack that I would chase down, to be honest. I just don't think it's necessarily something that I haven't even tried it, but I think I would walk past it.
Yeah, I tried to buy some weird shit. Something that was a little different. It almost tastes like a sponge.
That is a really strong kick of, what is that flavor? Can you recognize?
Such a strange texture to it. I can't go over the texture.
Yeah, it does. It bounces back a little bit.
Gingerbread?
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to.
I think that I
I've
would
eaten
eat
enough.
the Rice Krispie over that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something weird about
Honestly, I think that I would go the Rice Krispie. What do you think?
that. Well, I don't know, man. I'm not going to argue with you on it. I think it might be ahead of the Rice Krispie to me, but honestly, it's pretty shitty. I think they're both pretty shitty, so that's fine.
Yeah, they're both pretty shitty. Might be a showdown there for the end.
What else I got? I think I got
110
more.
calories and
Oh, I
3
got two
cookies.
more in here. So this is another weird one. Clancy apple chips.
I fuck with this. It's
Yeah.
probably good. I mean, I don't know. I've never had
Could
them.
be.
But, I've had apple chips, but
I've never had this brand. Well, I've had Clancy's, but not apple chips.
you don't
they-
want it anymore?
They are no, I'm good. They're made of fresh apples.
Good.
Also gluten free.
Yep.
Again,
They have to be fresh at some
And-
point.
I like this one because it's got 4 ingredients: apples, canola oil, corn syrup, and citric acid. So this is a good health one.
I don't know I don't think that would be good. Good health.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Citric acid is fine.
You're basically eating corn syrup and apples,
Yeah,
but
it's like sugar and oil.
okay. But as far as snacks go, you're not eating a whole bunch of fucking whatever the hell was in that Rice Krispie treat.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true. The 4
well-
ingredients, at least, you can kind of.
You might need some scissors for this one. Let's see if I can. Steve! Jesus Christ! I'm fucking tear it open like a dog. All right. Whoa, that's all the apple chips right there.
All of them. They look like dried apples for sure.
Yeah.
Not much of a smell. This definitely has a feeling that mine actually has the core in it. I'll eat this for science, but that does not look enjoyable. It has the core. It has a little bit of the stem here.
You got a little apple butthole going on.
See it?
Yeah. It's not too bad.
It's okay though. Those things don't seem to be. They don't seem to stand out as an off texture in this form. Um,
I can see a little peanut butter or something.
Mm.
It's a little chewy, like
It really sticks in your
gets
teeth.
stuck in your teeth. Yeah.
I think that
It's not great.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't like them. They look good. It is. I mean, it's a dried apple. I don't think that this is too far off of anything that I've had before. It's just that these are not that popular, and there's a reason. They're really just. It's just not that enjoyable to dry an apple out and eat it. You know, it ain't bad though. If you gave these to your kids at a young age and made them like it, they'd probably grow into it. And you could probably make them healthier. You could probably. This looks like they might have been fried
But
based on the ingredients.
I guess, yeah.
But I said that about those.
The thing to me is, why not just buy a fucking apple? Like,
Damn.
sorry. There's one gnat that survived the winter. I tried to kill it.
Yeah, I would much rather have an apple.
Yeah.
And an apple doesn't need to be refrigerated, and there's not really anything that this does better than an apple.
Yeah.
It has a longer shelf life, but an apple has a. Actually, I bet it doesn't have a better shelf life because an apple has an extremely long shelf life because they put wax on the outside of them.
This is what we're going to be eating after the apocalypse. They're going to become a delicacy, and people are just going to be like, yeah, I remember apples.
Yeah. I wonder if you could take any of these seeds out and grow them.
So to me, this is going to go above the Rice Krispie and below the cookie. But
Yeah.
there's a pretty big gap here. I think that,
Like I'm buying these.
yeah,
not buying
these are
these.
safe and these are sorry over here.
It ain't bad. I mean, I went back. These, I didn't even finish my serving. This one, I went back and had another.
Yeah. I finished the
Oh, God.
So anyway, moving on. Baker's Treat. This is the cheapest snack that they had that I could find.
Oh, I forgot to do the pricing on these.
Oh. In case you
Apple chips were $1.89. The Rice Krispie treats were $2.45.
Yeah, that's a ripoff.
What is a pretzel
wow.
cracker?
Did I get pretzel crackers? Oh yeah, I did. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So then these
that's coming up.
ginger things were $2.99.
Not worth it.
And then what is this? This is an apple,
Apple pie.
a lunchbox pie, 75 cents each.
75 cents. Yeah. So I think we kind of know what we're getting into with this.
Yeah.
Do you prefer these warm or?
I don't think I've ever had it warm.
Oh. Yeah,
I used to eat these. I had a job where I worked in a sort of a factory shop. And during our breaks, we'd all go to the gas station and just get junk food. And this is definitely this is a gas station grab. Though I've not seen this brand. It looks,
Baker's Treat.
it definitely looks drier than I was anticipating. I don't know what the name brand, who the lead sales of these apple pies are, but they're usually quite gooey. This has a pretty big pocket here that looks kind of like it's missing some things. And it also just, the filling just looks a little bit dry. But this apple pie filling they put in here, dude, it has to have, I mean, it's basically apple just suspended in the thickest syrup that you've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you can see, there's an apple totally suspended just right here.
You're just eating straight corn syrup. That's what keeps them fresh.
And it's excellent.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you
420 calories. If you eat one of these for breakfast, that's really all you need. If you're going into a job or something and you need a bite to eat. I mean, this is probably not good with all the sugar and like the ingredients.
Right. It's a good snack though.
But if you're just need a little calorie pack, this is a few bites. It tastes good. And
my favorite one was
it doesn't
always,
have any weird flavor in it.
And you get nothing good from my favorite one, but my favorite one was the one that had like the chocolate pudding in it.
Never had it.
Oh,
I've had the apple and the cherry.
yeah.
It could be a little more stuffed. The flavor is
Yeah.
fine. The icing is good.
It's pretty much exactly what I expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna finish it.
Yeah, I'm finishing mine.
Mm-hmm. Well, Baker's Treat apple pie. It's exactly what you think, and that's a good thing.
I'm putting that above the peppermint cookie, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, shit, man. Does it go above or below the old butter puffs?
This is where we need some qualifying questions, because if we're talking snacks, that's a heavy snack. That's like a meal replacement snack.
Yeah.
And these are the rest of these. A lot of these are treats though. They're sweet. That's the first. The two top things we have right now are not sweet, which is actually kind of interesting, especially if you have a sweet tooth.
Yeah. I do like savory though.
I think it's personally, I think you'd agree, it goes above the puff corn.
Yep. And below the kettle.
I think if in my own personal selection, I'm more likely to get these for nostalgic purposes, and I feel like, I don't know, they're just lighter. Oh, 160 calories in an ounce. I mean, so there's almost this entire bag is the same calories as one of those pies. And so, I don't know. Not that I'm like, none of these really are good for you. So I'm not trying to say that. It's just calories kind of, for me, I look at that because of kind of how full it makes you feel.
Yeah. Especially 75 cents. Like, what the fuck can you get in 2025 that's 75 cents? You know, that's a fucking airhead.
It's great. It's really good. I like it.
Oh, yeah. I had one more. It was the pretzels. These ones, they also may contain milk, but I checked these and I didn't see anything on it that looked milky. They're just simply called pretzel crackers from Savorites. Got honey mustard flavor.
Oh yeah, this might be good.
Yeah.
$2.99.
I was excited about this one.
$2.99. Dude, honey mustard, pretzel. I'm excited.
Pretzel cracker.
The branding's a little weird. I don't know why. It just has more of a honey vibe, even though it's yellow. It just has like,
You got honey on one side and mustard on the other, and then they fucked and they made this fucking cracker.
you know, like the Snyder's pretzel pieces. The honey mustard, dude, those are really good.
My favorite. They have like jalapeno. Those look pretty good. They look very
It's the
very
pretzel
dusted.
cracker. I don't think I've seen it in this form before.
Yeah.
These are the best one here. That's exactly what you think it's going to be, Steve.
Really. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'll fucks with that.
$2.99.
That'd be good with some dip. Get yourself a nice
I love that. That's fantastic.
cheese-based dip or something. Spinach artichoke.
I think I want to rethink these a little bit, to be honest, because after kind of getting into them and realizing that we're dealing with some pretty low quality goods, I feel like there's really something to be said about this Oreo knockoff, because it's so close to an Oreo. Like if Oreo made a peppermint Oreo, and maybe they do, I'm sure that this is exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I think that,
Some of these stand out as off-brands. This doesn't really stand out as an off-brand.
to be honest with you, if the Oreo was not peppermint, I would probably put it somewhere in this range. Maybe even above the apple pie. But yeah, I don't know if I could eat a whole box of the peppermint, but the traditional Oreos, or you get the double stuff, yeah.
I would say, here's the things to me that taste like knockoffs.
I mean,
These gingerbread cookies, I don't really have anything to compare it to. They make like really crunchy, like shortbread cookies, I think, that I've had, snacks.
those are
So-
awful.
They are awful.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like, yeah, I guess they do taste like a knockoff or something. But the Rice Krispie treats clearly taste like a knockoff. The apple chips, they don't taste like a knockoff. They just taste like apple chips. The Oreos don't taste like a knockoff. They taste like Oreos. These, I don't know if there is a leading brand for these, but they definitely taste like a cheap ass snack.
Right.
The apple pie, what's the leading? Maybe it's like Hostess or something. Maybe it's a shitty cheap snack to begin with. Like there's nothing to knock off. You know what I mean?
I don't know if there is an official one for those, but it feels like everybody has like I don't know. You go into a gas station, it's just a random fucking brand you never heard of.
You don't know
but
how
it's-
long they've been sitting there. It doesn't really matter.
But it's always the same. It's always like I mean, this holds true with every apple pie I've ever boxed apple pie I've had.
Yeah. I think that the kettle chips, they have a bit of a sense of off-brand to me just because the barbecue flavor is not intense, but it's still a good chip. And these taste like, I mean, these things are really good. They're really good. Like it's a clear number one.
I would put them out, yeah, without hesitation. Having people over or something, put them out with a board with cheese or something.
I feel like I would switch these.
Yeah.
So what we have here, in last place, ice gingerbread shit, and then fake Rice Krispie treats are awful. Apple chips, Clancy's, it's fine. It's just that nobody wants these things. The Clancy's puffed corn,
Now we're talking.
I mean, they're fine. Buy them with confidence because they cost $1.69. And oh boy,
That's a good one for the kids that haven't been introduced to Cool Ranch Doritos yet. You know?
it really just ain't that bad. It ain't that good. You
Sure.
know, you're not gonna hit it. And then we have the Oreos, the best packaging here by far.
Oh yeah.
Also the highest price. I don't know the price of Oreos, but I feel like maybe you're not even getting a real deal there.
I should say that this is the same brand, the Benton's, that makes the Oreo that I was talking about on one of the other podcasts. That it was like an apple pie Oreo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the shit.
I almost thought that's what you're gonna pull out. Then we have our apple pie
They didn't have them.
by Baker's Treat. Then Clancy's kettle chips. Dude, if you're looking to save money, don't buy name brand chips. You know?
Yeah.
If you're snacky and you want Rice Krispie treats, hey, you'd probably get the name brand. Don't get this off brand. It's terrible.
But as far as chips and crackers, yeah, you're saving a lot of money. And to be honest with you, it's kind of the same shit. It's not really good for you.
You're
anyway.
really just looking for salty, crunchy potato.
Right.
A lot of times. I mean, if you're hurting for money, forget the bullshit, man. Most of these are acceptable all across the board. The only two that I would say are not acceptable, no matter how poor you are, just don't get Rice Krispies.
Especially because that can't be that much cheaper than a regular box of Rice Krispies.
And you could make them.
Yeah.
So don't
For a
get
lot
crispy
cheaper.
rice treats. Just don't. If you just don't have the money and then this is where you're about to go, just don't even get them. Don't get them. Hey, kids, we're not having Rice Krispie treats or crispy rice treats. And these, I would just say stay far from. Like, you're really not even, this is just some bull crap they threw out for the season. It's so unenjoyable. I don't think either of us finished. It's one bite.
I finished mine, but
you did?
it wasn't good.
It's weird. It's weird. And I had some hope.
I just can't get past the texture, dude. Like I said, it tastes like an old sponge. And the frosting is all right on it, man. I think that they had some potential, but something went wrong in that fucking factory.
For sure. And I wonder how we got to some of these, if these were designed to be made cheaply or if there was another, if these are like, weren't up to par for another brand or whatever, but there we have it. There's some Aldi snacks. And I would say these are so good, I would buy them at a higher price.
You
They're
can have
great.
them.
They're
Yeah,
innovative.
take them home.
Oh, dude, fine. I'll take them. The kids like pretzels. We just polished off a bag of normal pretzels the other day, and hell yeah, I'll eat them.
I'll go with the kettle chips. You know what I didn't see that is one of my favorite snacks is the jalapeno kettle chips. If they're the jalapeno, man, these are fucking good.
They're hitting.
So, yeah, that's next time you're out at the store, check that shit out right there.
Check that shit out. Hey, do you have a thing
I heard about your thing.
How'd you hear about it?
It was on a podcast, actually.
Oh, wow. That's a great way to hear about your thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell people about your thing?
Well, we could talk about your thing all day.
Put your thing wherever you want it.
We're going to make your thing so big.
It's possible.
Right now, your thing is kind of small. But you buy some ad time on our podcast, and I promise you, your thing is going to be massive.
A great opportunity.
Everybody's going to be talking about your thing.
Reach out to us on our Facebook page and show us your thing.
I definitely think that you should.
All right. We'll just wrap it up.
So, bottom line, treat people with respect, I think, is the name of the game when it comes to preventing beef at work. It's never great to have any kind of animosity with people that you work with, or just people in general. I think that we should all just be a little bit more chill. And sometimes I feel it creeping up in me, you know, if somebody's trying to poke at me. But what I do is I just kind of brush it off, let it roll off my back, and whatever they say, just kind of ignore it, basically. And if it's something that really needs to be addressed, I would advise don't address it in the moment.
Yeah, I'm definitely no Zen master. I said, I still struggle with how to work through those angry moments. I've noticed that I've become more mature in how I do it. But the one thing that, like you said, don't address it in the moment. Just one thing that has worked across a few professions for me is just sleep on it. Just bite your tongue and sleep on it is probably the best thing for me. I mean, there's probably going to be people out there that truly believe that, like, poke your chest out and don't fucking back down from somebody who's, if you're feeling that way. And I guess that's right for some people. That's not really where I want to be personally. I feel like calm is where I aim to be. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, even if somebody's being bullied, I think my advice is normally to just, hey, get away from that situation. But there's people out there that truly believe, and I could totally be wrong, that truly believe that, no, you gotta, like,
punch the bully in the nose.
Yeah, punch the bully in the nose and put an end to it. And they would believe that my methods are totally out of line and just being like, hey, let's just get away from this situation. So I don't know, I'd be interested to hear how other people deal with that, just kind of across the board, because I can definitely learn a little better.
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys in the comments section and stuff. Just situations that you've been in or that you've witnessed, some coworkers. I would say try to stay away from naming names, but it's always good to hear about these type of things. And I think that the more that we shed light on it, the more that we can kind of step towards a more wholesome life, I guess.
Yeah.
As cheesy as that sounds.
Yeah, everybody deserves to have a workplace that they don't feel threatened in.
Right. I feel the exact
And
same.
we all have to play a role in that. And I'm guilty of it too. And maybe if it's not directly coming from me, but maybe it might be something that I'm watching and not trying to stop, or. But anywho, that was a fun episode. We ate all this food. I don't think we're gonna do a whole lot of eating food much. It was just kind of something we'd been talking about. We got a couple more in mind. Like the next one, we might actually have something. But yeah, I don't know. Everything's gonna be about food. Shit, we don't know. We don't know where we're going with this.
Yeah, we're just testing stuff out. So if there's a certain segment that you see in this episode or in any episode, just let us know, and that you like, I should say, that you want to see more of. Leave a comment and let us know, and we're definitely going to take it to heart and kind of try to steer this the most entertaining way possible. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, this has been We Feed Them.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on Facebook. We do have a YouTube channel now, and we would love more subscribers on that. It's also a great place to share our videos as well. We're going to have a lot of shorts and reels coming up. So
website, wefeedthem.com.
Yeah, wefeedthem.com.
You should be able to find any outlet from there. Wefeedthem.com. Can you believe it? That was available?
Yeah.
Nailed it. I'm happy, because I thought we were going to have to be like, wefeedthempodssteveshawn.com or something, you know what I mean? Wefeedthem.usa.
We do have some email addresses in the works, but for now, if you want to reach out to us, if you just comment on the Facebook or YouTube channel, we should be able to read that. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Peace. Have a good Have a good time doing your thing.
Yeah.
Bye.